medical profession is just beginning to realize all the benefits of laughter.
Not only do I think laughter and humor is beneficial to life, but it's vital to obviously a happy life, but also to a healthy life.
My whole life is based on humor, comedy, and laughter. I'm always looking for a way to switch words around in some mundane, everyday situation so that people laugh. Whether I'm paying my utility bill or I'm getting a parking ticket, whatever it is, there's humor in everything. And if we train ourselves to look for the funny wherever it is, we can not only keep ourselves laughing, but we can keep everyone around us laughing.
But it's interesting that the Bible has a lot to say about that. Actually, there's a very important verse in scriptures that says, laughter is good medicine, but a broken spirit dries up the bones. Now, when we speak of dry bones, there's medical conditions that are dry bones is the condition. Osteoporosis. Also, rheumatoid arthritis is the drying of the bones and affects the bone marrow being dried out. Well, rheumatoid arthritis affects your ability to stand up straight. Affects our ability to fight off sicknesses. It affects our white and red blood cells, which immediately feed our immune system. Can you imagine? And it makes it hard, difficult to do your work, right? So the opposite of that would be laughter. Makes it easier to do your work, makes you to stand strong and stand up straight. It makes you be able to do the things you want to do, versus something that dries up your bones. And just a thought.
But the human psyche desperately wants to laugh. Our subconscious wants to laugh. We have little radar going in our head constantly if we can hear something funny just so that we can laugh. So it's something that we all need, it's something that we all want, it's something that we crave unconsciously without even knowing that we want it. It's probably the one thing human beings need more than anything else is to laugh.
As a pastor, just as dealing with issues, laughter is essential just to maintain sanity.
Well, my greatest joy is making people laugh, because it puts them in a state of relaxation that makes them forget their everyday problems, makes them forget the stress in their lives. And I look for people who throw their head back and they laugh real hard, because these people truly understand the joy and the power of laughter. And the people who are just those people have not yet learned how to enjoy the joy of laughter.
As a speaker, I do public speaking. I have a captive audience at least once a week. I teach classes in jails and outside in the community. I teach Bible studies, and I've done a lot of different speaking engagements in schools and a lot of different venues. So I know it's hopefully I use humor in every venue, yeah, because I know it catches people's attention, it draws people in, it makes people feel good, it makes also people feel at ease, especially when you're talking about a difficult topic. I talk about many different difficult topics such as child abuse and dealing with hurts and pains and real issues in life. And when things start to get heavy, it's a good time for a joke.
Well, I performed at the Comedy Spot in Scottsdale, Arizona, and I love to find the things that make people very angry, because inside that thing that makes you very angry is something very funny. And if someone shows you what's funny in your anger, you become bulletproof, and that can't bother you anymore, because as soon as you start to think of it, you start to laugh. You know, a lot of people in Arizona, they're upset about illegal immigration. They're just horribly upset about illegal immigration. Well, not as upset as us Apaches are. You know, we've been fighting this illegal immigration since 1492, okay? So it's all in your perspective. Today that bothers you, but when you think about it, well, maybe we're all illegal immigrants. It's just your perception. So that's my specialty. I look for things that are upsetting, like dating, and I make fun of that because we all want to laugh at that.
Also, I use laughter in just relating to people. I know that, you know, there's a lot going on in the world that, you know, make people feel, you know, maybe unhappy or sad or disconnected, and, you know, laughter just brings things together. Yeah.
Well, I recommend that you learn to tell jokes. Now, people tell me, I can't tell jokes, I can't. You know, you remember 14 passwords, you remember all your grandchildren's birthdays. You can remember to tell a joke. Now, there's a trick. Like everything in life, you learn the first line and the punch line of the joke. You don't try and remember the whole joke. You remember the first line, the punch line, and if you have to, you make up the middle. Don't start it until you have the punch line, or your friends will hate you. But be the funny guy at work. Be the person people come to for a laugh. Have everyone email all the jokes to you and put it in a funny file. I carry a funny book with me. When I see something funny, when I hear something funny, I write it down, because I know I will forget it later. But later, I will go over my book and I will put more detail in my notes of what was so funny. What's very important is to write down what made you laugh at this. Why do you think something is funny? And when you study that in great detail of what you particularly find is funny, you will find the key to making yourself laugh. And if you're laughing, other people will be laughing around you.
Laughter draws people in. You know, people like to laugh. You know, if you have a couple people around you and you're just telling a joke, it gets people's attention. He goes, hey, what are you guys laughing about? Or I remember in workspaces, I've worked at a lot of different places, and we start laughing, and, you know, invariably somebody's gonna come around the corner and say, you know, hey, we're not allowed to have fun around here. Hey, keep it down, keep it down. He goes, hey, what? Or someone's gonna come around the corner and say, hey, what's going on? What's going on? What's up with it? Hey, I want to laugh.
Now, one of the greatest resources available to you today is YouTube. YouTube Comedy Channel. You can watch a different comedian every night. You can study styles. You can study haircuts. You can study physical humor. You can study everything about a multitude of comedians, and you can watch a different one every night. Whether you watch that violent murder story or whether you watch a funny show on YouTube, it's your choice. Find the funny.
I mean, every aspect of your life has room for humor. But you could quote me on that. That's a good quote. Isn't that profound? Every area in your life has room for humor. You know, even anywhere, you know, even when I'm being romantic with my wife, it's a good sign if you hear us laughing on the other side of the door. Don't print that.
Children. Children now. Children are the greatest joy and the greatest frustration in the world. Now, if you can't find something funny about raising children, you're not really trying. Marriage. Divorce. These are all subjects that are full of angst for all of us. But divorce is like taking a leak in the ocean. You know, you just try and get away from it as fast as you can. You see, I even made the cameraman laugh now. Nothing cool make you cry like divorce, but you just laughed at divorce. And remember that 100% of all divorces begin with marriage. Okay, if you can avoid marriage, you can avoid divorce altogether. So you have options. You just have to think about them, or have a comedian show you your options, because that's what we're here for.
You know, reminds me of a story that there was a horse walked into a bar, a saloon, and the bartender looked at the horse and said, "What's with the long face?" Next question.
And I invite all of you to be a comedian, because we all need to laugh. Make me laugh. Come on. I need it.
My son, we don't swear in my house. And one day, my son said, "What the hell?" And I stopped everything, you know, and I go, "Hey, killer!" So, and he was about maybe 8 years old, and you know, we got all kinds of bad influences around, and he was just copying them. And I said, "Boy, what did you say?" And this is my son, Josiah. And he goes, he's in front of me, scared. He goes, "What?" And I go, "What did you say?" And he goes, "I said, what the hole?" I said, "What the hole?" I said, "What is that? What the hole?" I said, "The hole is worse than hell. You should have stuck with hell." And then all my kids, my Josh and Aaliyah, they kept saying, "Oh, come on, Dad, what the hole? What the hole?" And they started adapting this, and I started getting so mad. I was so into maintaining this place of not swearing and stuff, and they kept feeding off this "what the whole" thing. Finally, you know what I had to do? I just had to stop and laugh. I think it might not be the only form of communication, but it certainly is the funnest. If I can't laugh at myself, and I'm not always laughing. I deal with a lot of sad things, a lot of difficult things, a lot of hard things as a pastor. And to be able to laugh is a treat for me. It's to be able to laugh about something that could potentially really bum me out and really steal away the joy in my life. And the biggest thing for me is to be able to laugh at myself. I live with in a family of jokers, and people, they love to laugh at me. I don't know if it's because I'm a joker, but people love to laugh at me. And if I wasn't able to laugh at myself in a house of everybody laughing at me, I would be a miserable camper.
Now, we all think we're an intelligent species, right? I mean, we've been to the moon. Come on. Smartphones. But think about it. It took 100 years to invent brown underwear for men. Now, come on. What are you thinking? White underwear for men? That was never a good idea. They could have made it brown a long time ago. Okay, but we need a comedian there to show us these things. Wheels on luggage. We carried luggage through the airport for 50 years. Okay, it took 50 years before we figured out how to put wheels on luggage. We're really not that bright. We're funny, so laugh.
Okay.
Is that it? Oh, you find it funny.
I love your laugh.
Oh, thank you.
Throw your head back and everything.
Well, you get it.
What? No, stop that. Turn that back there.
She's enjoying laughter.
Stop it. Turn it. Oh. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's enough.
No, isn't that fun? Just a laugh.